I will start the class in what's been said and what's been experienced recently about what everyone is going through. So when we come into the stage of the practice, practice itself is a tool that is always pointing you into the space of the beingness. Now, what will happen, most of you have written, I still have these thoughts coming into me, and the memory itself will be there, but it does not mean that you're feeding the thoughts by thinking about those memories and creating a separate self of you again and again. So this is very important. So the difference with the practice is you get this space, it does not belong to time, that you have a space to observe yourself. Now, that means observe your thoughts without feeding them any furthermore. Then you have also asked me, is the thought belongs to the personality itself or the ego itself? Not at all. Thoughts can also come through your awakening and being aware of it, that how you want to use this vessel to conduct yourself without the separation into the space of what you're going to. I don't want to call it future. Then it looks like you have to get ready for the future and you have to get rid of the past. So the practice is totally about elevating ourselves from this doing and just become aware of what's going on. So out of that space, if you really see, there is no separate self that I need to heal, I need to work it out, because I need to heal and I need to work it out. If it is coming in the space of awareness, you will do less things and you become more aware of things, but less doing, because some people want to get rid of their past and they pick and choose certain things about the past. But whatever where you are at, I want you to come into a place of, I accept all these things. Without that place, we can't actually work into this practice. So now saying that, I will gently move the camera towards Darren, finding a place that just allows you to sit. You have not come here to fix anything. You have not come here to get answers. Just if there's a willingness to settle into this present moment, very gently, just observe little things. How is your spine is elongated without a judgment? How your chest is open because your thoughts and your memories have taken the shape of you. Now let the body take the shape of awareness. That means more open. That means more, less separated. That means also, instead of thoughts and feelings about the thoughts, you come into the space of more aware about other things that is in this present moment. There is a discovery of this mysteriousness. The sound, which was not present before this time, is now present. There is feelings that present in this moment, than before. There is a sense of sensitivity in what you're sensing through the nostrils. The touch is there, the smell is there. If you even keep the eyes open, you have noticing things, not noticing things that I have to attend into the dust of this cupboard, the plant, but you have evolved into a place of observe. Now in this very place, your taste, even you have a mouth, a lot of people don't know the climate of the mouth. Now you can sense it, climate of the throat. Climate of the head. The whole space now is being lit with awareness. Now, what you are becoming is very hard to describe, and you don't have to describe. So you could see the mind, the separation of the mind, subtly coming into the ceremony of separating this. Or this is uplifting, or this is not uplifting. Now, in that very moment, take a deep couple of breaths and very gently release, opening the mouth, very gently what you have been believing in so strongly about yourself. So deeper sadness might come and occur on the separation because the ego does not want to separate. It is an illusion. It, as a foreigner, try to come and live in you, not you yourself, which has realized. So now very gently you can roll the shoulders back, open up the chest. Very gently, arms raised onto the crown. Interlacing the fingers, palms very gently facing up. You have come here to fulfill that space of being. Now intensely you're familiar about this. Gentle stretch into the back, opening up a little bit more so the collarbones can stretch. Very gently stretching that lock onto the right side. Now keep the hips on the floor. Open, open, open. Keep that left elbow open a little bit more. Pointing up to the ceiling, pointing up to the ceiling. Take a deep breath in, very gently stretching onto the other side. Exactly what you were doing on the side before. Very gently become your experience, a spectacular experience in this present moment, just through your body. Back to the center. Now spread the wings wider and land the hands a little bit more into the back in the openness. Now take a deep breath in, interlacing the fingers in the back. And very gently stretch the neck to the right while you have interlaced your fingers and stretch the arms right into the back. Open up. Give that space on the left shoulder, left side of the neck, but not with the separation that you're trying to do something, but you're doing something to spread the newness into you, into the space of the body, not as a separation. Back to the center, onto the other side. Let that right side shoulder be open. And allow that space to come into. Back to the center. Shoulders relaxed, just open. Now shake those hands and release any static tension, stories, belief systems. Now very gently take a deep breath in, shoulders relax and chest open. Take a deep breath in, open, open, open. Breathe out and completely suck the belly in and hold. Anus lock, navel lock, throat lock. You don't have to arch like a cat, but just recognizing that space that you're holding. There is a gentle will, discovering that space, and very gently breathing in and gently relax those bandhas. Now very gently take a deep breath in, walk those palms into the front, releasing the tension. Very gently drop the elbows, release the back of the neck, open up that shoulder, that anxiously holding, and locate the space that is coming into that awareness, that is holding that space in a place of hostility. It can be back of the neck, it can be back of the shoulder, it can be spine. So very gently now, deeply take that breath deeply into that space. Listening to that space. Very gently opening up into that inquiry. Where is that body has separated? Take that deep breath in, very gently coming back. Shoulders relaxed, chest open. Now, if there is a thought enter into your mind out of a separation, that is where all the disease start harboring. So just searching into those spaces that are creating that anxiety. Searching for that fear and bringing it into the light, because they are only fed by false belief systems. So the shadows are growing more further into the darkness. Now very gently take a deep breath in, shoulders relax, and twist the spine onto the left side. Completely breathe out, pull the belly in, opening up that chest. Very gentle stretches today. Just take the next hint of awareness from the body, from this space of awareness. Breathing in back into the center. Shoulders relax. Change the leg formation and take another deep breath in and breath out. Imply the same thing onto the other side and create this path of this present moment without the separation, without the comparison. So you could see even the separation start in the place of love, but the love in separation turn into hatred, because you don't want to share that love, or you don't want that person to share that love with anyone else other than you. So you have this ownership into another illusion, full of human mistakes. Breathing in, come back into that space of openness. Shoulders relax, just open. Now very gently take a deep breath in, And very gently stretch your legs into the front, feet gently apart. Maybe feet a bit more than the mat. Bend the knees slightly down and pull the bum out. Take a deep breath in, arms raise onto the ground. Now very gently interlacing the fingers, palms facing up. This will give you to stop hunching the back. Now very gently rolling forward from the hips. This is why I have bent the knees so that you don't have to hunch the back. Now, every time you're hunching the back, roll the belly into the front and drop the chest last. Roll the belly into the front. Take a deep breath in and reaching onto those toes or reaching. If you reach onto the toes, what will happen is your shoulders are more open to roll forward. If you reach into the front, you're tightening the gap. So, but saying that, find a place that is working for you. It's not perfecting the posture. It's just becoming aware of the role of the posture, the role of the breath, role of the body, role of the mind, and very gently reaching into the best version of this moment. So increasing in the wisdom, not by the idea of the knowledge. Now, take a couple of more breaths and see whether you want to roll from the hips a little bit more, opening up. If you're holding onto the floor, maybe it's better to hold onto the feet and open up, and even keeping a bolster. The idea is to hold on to the unity of everything, so not as a force, without a separation. So take the practice as a clue. Take the teaching briefly as a clue. And these are transitioning and transformation time. So pain is part of it. Now take a deep breath in, very gently coming back. Stack the spine very gently. Shoulders roll back, open up the chest. Now very gently, sole of the feet together, knees wide apart. Very gently butterflying those hips. Throwing away any unwanted emotions on the hips, knees, ankles that have gathered and thrown into the space of a burden. Now is coming into the place of light and burning out. Now take a deep breath in, shoulders relax and chest open. Now very gently bringing that left heel onto the groin and stretch the right leg away from you onto the side. It's better so that we can open up very gently. Take a deep breath in, shoulders relax, arms raise onto the crown, interlacing the fingers, palms facing up. Now very gently twisting the spine to the left. Spread the wings now further and use that right arm on that left knee, left shoulder rolled back, opening up. Pull the belly in and keep that erection, the vertical part and the horizontal part, but in the way your natural expression in the space of unity. Not that I have to force this body, not that I have to come out of this. Coming into the place of no before and no after. That means no compare. If the Dharma does not serve the purpose of the truth, then what is the purpose of it? Breathing in, very gently coming back into the center. Now very gently, arms raised onto the crown, interlacing the fingers, palms facing up, open up those ribs. We are doing a gentle class because we have only few of you to work with this, so we can customize into that space. Rolling forward into that right toe now. Now, all are doing perfectly well. Get that left shoulder aligning with the right shoulder, even though you're reaching towards the right. Let the body move through that space. Now, if you're hunching the body, just shoulders roll back and look up to the ceiling. In that way, it will stop that hunching. It will stop that hunching. Now, if you're tired and your spine is going back to the hunching, just be aware of it. Take a deep breath in, gently coming back. Elongate the spine, palms facing up, up, open up. Bring the torso align with the hips. So you're not turning towards the right, you're turning into the front. And breath out and spread the wings. Now, right arm reaching onto the right toe, left shoulder roll back into the back and supporting the back, that palm, like what Dasa is doing, by pointing the elbow, same alignment into the back, only the elbow, and then overlooking onto that left side. Now, when you feel that, try to drop that right elbow to the right knee a little bit without collapsing the left shoulder. Now, if you want to go a little bit further, you can bring that left arm up, reaching on a side stretch without collapsing. Now, some people can touch the toe, some people won't touch the toe, but what the idea is that elbow pointing up into the ceiling, the left elbow. Breathe. Now open up those ribs and breathe into those ribs. We want to see what's hiding in those ribs. Now breath in, coming back, shoulders relaxed, and twist the spine to the left. And you come back to the left. That's it. So that's give a time to rejuvenate into that space, not before, not after. Now you have come into a place of impersonal, more knowing, and you have become consciously co-creating the space with the universe. Breathing in, gently coming back. Shoulders relax and just open. Now, very gently take that deep breath to bring the right heel onto the groin, left leg stretch, and we are going to do the same opening. Now observe, don't become personal. Don't become personal. And don't take reference out of the separation of the personality. Now take that deep breath in. Arms raised onto the crown. Interlacing the fingers, palms facing up. So they slightly, your shoulders are rotating to open because you're moving onto the left. Take a deep breath in, breathe out. Remember, do not hunch. Roll from the hips to the left side. Reach, reach, a gentle. Now you're merging within the space of co-creating. And you're reflecting that shift in the space of the body, space of the breath, space of the mind, but in a space of unity. Of course, thoughts are there, but the thoughts are coming from a place of unity, place of love. Now take that deep breath, couple of more breaths to keep that back open, shoulders roll back. Cherish the qualities that you're opening in, even the difficulty. Also, there will be a deep level of compassion and love. Now there's less panic on the body, less panic on the breath, less panic to appeal great. These are things that are not appealing to your friends and families and crowds because they love the context of separation. They love the context of the drama. Breathing in very gently, coming back. Shoulders roll back, interlacing the fingers up to the ceiling. Armpits are the most areas that we carry things. Very gently spread the wings and twist the spine. Very gently towards the right. Shoulders roll back. Opening up. Opening up. This is a great posture. If you really see your shoulders are opening onto the right, your left hip is opening up onto the left. Your knee is in the center. So see the potential of this weirdness, but still it is in the place of unbounded, unlimited, even cannot be expressed. Now it is a time to take another deep breath and erase everything that you identify with this body, the story of the body. Almost to the mind, it is very foolish, but it is very much in the place of infinity, beyond. Now breathing in gently, left arm reaching onto the left toe, right roll back now, and even looking up to the right side and very gently coming towards the left and dropping. Imagine the beauty of this opening up and expressing the ribs, expressing the legs, expressing, and there is no boundaries. Now you are coming into the place of the unity, where the illusion is dropped. But this unity is not something that you're coming into, it is always there. But you separate yourself. Now there is a moment you're expanding your own into that space of the unity. So you really cannot reach into this space until you come into this awareness. Now, if you want, right arm reaching onto the left side. Now, don't grip into your memory when you lose yourself into beyond words, beyond even your own. Don't grip into that memory. I need to come into the fear of myself because it's more true. Now breathing in, and so don't take direction from Dasa because he's not doing the posture. So it's up to you. Breathing in, gently coming back. Shoulders roll back, opening up the chest. Now take a deep breath in, very gently coming into the Sukhasana. So both feet are not crossed. They are sitting in front of each other. Shoulders roll back, opening up the chest. Now take a deep breath in, bringing the knees to the chest. Completely breathe out. Arms raise onto the ground, feet stretch up to the ceiling. Breathe out, knees to the chest. Breathing in, chin up, arms raised onto the ground. Breathe out, knees to the chest. Breathing in, arms raised onto the ground. Breathe out, knees to the chest. Breathing in, arms raised onto the ground. Breathe out, knees to the chest. Breathing in, arms raised onto the ground. Breathe out, knees to the chest. Now lock onto the toes. Take a deep breath in, shoulders roll back, chin up. If you roll backwards, that's fine. Arms holding, feet wide apart. Now slightly bend your knees if you see that you don't have that space of openness to release into that space. Work with the limitation that the body has, if it has. Now very gently, knees to the chest to complete, breathe out. Now very gently bring the knees to the chest, completely breathe out. Now very gently cross the legs. And very gently coming onto the knees and walk the palms into the front, into the space of the cat. So you're gently rolling forward into the space. Now unlock the ankles, completely breathe out. Breathing in, shoulders roll back, opening up the chest and drop the belly into the space of the cow. Breathe out to the space of the cat. Breathing in into the space of the cow. Now roll the tongue up into the upper palate, energy gaze into the space of the Chitakasha. Breathe out, anus lock, navel lock, throat lock into the space of the cat. Take a deep breath in, drop into the cow and stretch the spine into the back. Arms facing down, crawling and bringing the chest into the front. Drop the belly. Breathing in into an up face. Breathe out towards a down face. Now, very gently enjoy that down face because you're coming into that space. Now drop the knees, stretch the spine, crawling and bringing the chest into the front, breathing in into that space of the up face. Breathe out towards the down face. Now take a deep breath in, drop the knees. Now give a good rotation to the hips. Bring those arms a little bit closer, wider rotation. Release the muddle in the gut. This is a very good time to release those obscured energies and part of the corruption of the separation that happened for centuries, trying to work as a separation. Onto the other side. Now very gently, knees wide apart this time. Take a deep breath in and push the hips into the front. Breathe out, push the hips into the back, falling back. Very gently coming into that space. Palms facing up. Very gently observing the whole body and the mind and the personality without the conflict of separation. Now take that deep breath in, shoulders relax. Very gently coming into the space of the cat. Breathe out, breathing in, drop the belly, opening up into the space of the cow. Now very gently take that deep breath in, coming into a place of neutrality in the spine and the body, and very gently left arm reaching up to the ceiling. Now open up that left arm a little bit more. Maybe give a good rotation to the wrist and open up the fingers. Maybe give a rotation to the left arm right into the back. And take a deep breath in, right into the front, reaching into the front. Now give a good circular motion right into the back, back onto the floor. Again, take a deep breath in, left arm reaching up to the ceiling, into the back, under the armpit. So you are not disturbing by force. There's a unity of the posture that you're creating into coming into that space. So the weak parts are given strength. Now, even to make this posture a little bit greater, you can either stretch your right arm up to the ceiling and onto the sacrum, and keep that elbow and the shoulder open. And you can give more further through your left arm, left back of the shoulder, getting it into more onto the floor rather than it's elevating. Take a deep breath in. When you're ready, your right arm can relax back to the floor. And very gently, even into the front. Now you can see how you manage to hold the body without force, without the separation. Breathing in very gently, coming back. Shoulders relax and chest open. Now, very gently to start the posture, let's do some cat and cow. Breathing into a cow. Breathe out to the cat. Breathing in into the cow. Breathe out into the cat. Now very gently into a neutral, very gently neutral space. Now right arm reaching up to the ceiling, clench and unclench. Try to get that arm a little bit high onto the ceiling, right, reaching into the back, into the front, full circle, breathing in into the back, onto the floor, into the front, right arm reaching up to the ceiling, into the back, under the armpit. Now try to get that right shoulder onto the floor, back of the shoulder onto the floor. And now take a deep breath in, and you can even get that left arm up to the ceiling, into the sacrum, elbow pointing up, and very gently finding that space so that you can come into the relation of deepening your pose into the space. Now, when you have time, you could see that there is no separation. Now, a body is guided by the purity of the consciousness, awareness, and unity. Now, very gently, left arm reaching up to the ceiling, into the front. And when you feel like you have really opened this space and have come into this space, very gently coming back. Breathe out into the space of the cat. Breathing in into the space of the cow. Breathing in into the space. Very gently give a good rotation to the hips into a neutral space of the spine. Wider rotation. Now very gently take a deep breath in, push the hips into the front, push the hips into the back, breathe out completely and palms facing up. So very gently become conscious about your shoulder blades. Just see where you are holding the separation, the division, the social divisions, where you're holding the bitterness. Where you hold, where you're separated. Where you're separated is you're seeing certain things from that space of the ego. The tendency to condemn, tendency to judge, separate, tendency to be right, tendency that the world is against you, tendency is to a memory that is quite agitating and you're feeding into it. So now the practice is just creating that space of courage. Courage to face those overwhelming things to the mind. Now take a deep breath in, crawling and bringing the chest into the front, breathing in and gently coming into a gentle cobra, not up face, elbows onto the floor, shoulders relax, and you are just coming into a gentle place of representing the present moment. Now there's courage to face that space of fear. So if this is your underlying place, now people think fear is all about being fear of something. No, fear is also, you can fear being different. You can fear of failure, fear of humiliation, fear of not being perfect. A very moment, I'm allowing you to reflect on this, that your condition have created you living behind boundaries. Maybe your fear of screaming and yelling to win something. To fight is always to build the walls and shut others out or shut yourself out. Most of the space, people are acting from fear because they cannot tolerate the others. When you realize this today in your practice, it will gently opening up that space of the path. Breathe out towards the down face. Breathing in left leg up into the back, rotation to the left foot, left knee to the left chest, breathe out. Breathing in, stretch back, left knee to the left elbow, breathe out. Breathing in, stretch back, left knee to the right elbow, breathe out. Breathing in, stretch back, left foot into the front. Arms stretch into the back. Arms rest onto the ground. 6 deep cycles of breath. Deep breathing. Spread the wings wider. Take a deep breath in, arms raise onto the ground. Spread the wings wider and touch the floor. Into a plank. Drop the knees. Drop the chest. Crawling and bringing into up face. Breathe out towards the down face. Right leg up into the back. Rotation to the right foot. Did we do that side as well? Right knee to the right chest, breathe out. Breathing in, stretch back. Right knee to the right elbow, breathe out. Breathing in, stretch back. Right knee to the left elbow, breathe out. Breathing in, stretch back. Right foot into the front. Arms stretch into the back. Arms raise onto the crown. 6 deep cycles of breath. Now very gently, wider rotation, wider rotation. Spread the wings wider and touch the floor into a plank. On, drop the knees, stretch the spine, crawling and bringing the chest into the front, breathing in into an up face, breathe out, shoulders roll back, breathe out towards a down face. Now very gently drop the knees and stretch the spine. Now this is a very good time in this personality of the separation, in the personality of the division. There might be something that you cannot offer your sympathy, offer your forgiveness, even to a place of your weight or your ill health or to your relationship with a family member, relationship to a work, I don't know, whatever. This is a safe place right now that your mind and your heart is open into this place of unity. So this is a place not to think that I am right and they are wrong, or we are right collectively, that you have shared the story with others. And maybe that person has become they now, whether something that you have left, and it's become hard to see the truth or forgive. This is the right moment to bring that. You don't have to forcefully forgive anything, but the realization of the separation itself will rekindle the space of being, and that will bring that place that does not have a separation, and you have come into no difficulty to let it be. I let this truth sink in, but nothing is more important than keeping it in the place of unity. So some of you, it might be the ego-driven idea of action. Some of you, it might be the ego-driven voice that this is the opposition. Remember, your personality love this kind, so it can bring that place of separation. So even if this is difficult, this is a time, as that Christianity in the space of Jesus says, view the world in a humble, plus weakest and the poorest. So when he taught that humanity, not just as an antidote to pride, but as another way to become free. So you can see the traits of the ego in all its wishes: fears, ambitions, likes and dislikes, dominates everyone's existence, and therefore almost we cannot see the truth. So that's why the personality is an enormous burden for the path of awakening. So even if the ego has bought you temporary winnings, it's crippling in a long run. So that's why when the Christ explained this, it explains experience, powerless, unknown, overlooked. It means not winning the race, but being in the last, because ego cannot tolerate that, being the last. Now, very gently coming into a child pose, shoulders relaxed, chest open. Very gently take this time to wake up. What is this for you today? Whether it's winning a match, whether it's winning another group. See where you want to win. Even winning to find peace might be not coming from the right place, so that someone else is disturbing me. So someone has stopped me becoming that place of winning. So when I taught you the class of rejection and failure, to know how it feels to be the last. What were the greatest humble lessons that the divine has landed on you in all your difficulties? When you come into this place, just wake up the spine in that space of the victory that does not belong to being the first. Let that spine release that embattled rigidity. Shoulders roll back, embrace that space of the weakness that has humbled you. Shoulders relaxed, chest open. The weakness, the poor, that allows you to see the other and others' need. So in this moment, arms raised onto the crown, palms onto the namaskar position in this place of gift. The practice is nothing other than in this very moment of gratitude that I can see more worth in others. Even beyond that, they can see themselves. Arms raised onto the crown, cleansing the space and the aura of this home, this body, this ecosystem that is allowing you to blossom into the space of unity. Touch the earth, respect for the elements of the space that you're temporarily occupying, call home or body or whatever. Now very gently allow this power that you have, that change that is rooted, is coming into that space of love. Very gently waking up. Even the hate start from love. Very gently waking up that spine. Palms onto the Namaskar position in this deepest feeling. And very gently, our beingness that loves forgive naturally, because it's beyond all divisions, separations, and it does not weigh any superficial mass. So the soul is not something that we have to work. It's just there in all of this. Namaste to you all. Namaste, namaste.